Hello friends, welcome to Saho Studies. In this video, we are going to see how can we convert data frame to JSON file in Scala. So there is a right method. With the help of a right method, we can write a data frame into a JSON. So this exercise is all about writing data frame into JSON. So what I am doing in this exercise, I am importing all the required libraries. I am creating a custom schema with the help of a struct type and a struct field. With the help of a struct field, I am defining column name and its data types. So here I am defining 6 column names and its data types. Here I am just defining one variable which will have all the JSON file which present in this folder. With the help of spark.read.json, I am reading the JSON file which is present in this path with the help of a custom schema. The custom schema which we have defined here. Once this data frame gets created, then with the help of a write.json method, I am writing the data which is present in this data frame into this JSON document. So what I will do till here by reading the JSON and creating a data frame, I have done the same thing in my previous exercise. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. I will copy the code from that exercise and I will just show you how this write function works in Databricks. So let's go to Databricks. Let's create one notebook, name it data frame to JSON. Data frame to JSON. Let's connect this notebook with our currently running cluster. So let's copy the code till reading the JSON file and creating data frame. This is custom schema. This is reading the JSON file and creating a data frame. Let's run one by one. It's taking a little bit time. Just wait. Okay, all the required libraries are available in this notebook. Let's create this custom schema. This custom schema has been defined successfully. Let's read this JSON document with the help of this custom schema, with the help of a spark.read.json function to create this data frame. So this data frame has been created successfully. Let's display the content. Okay, so see, in this JSON document there are 5 rows and hence the data frame which we have created out of it, it has also 5 rows. Now let's see how we can write the data which present in this data frame into JSON document. So what we are going to do, on top of that, we will going to call write function, and how we are in which format we are going to write, we are going to write into the JSON, and let's give the path. So path, where we are going to give the path, or where we are going to store this document, this JSON document. So I have created a path in my previous video. So the path would be file store Scala. This I have just copied the path. This is the path. File store AP data Scala output, then Scala, and this is the JSON document in which we are going to write the data which is present here, which is present in this data frame. Let's run it. Okay, that this JSON document has been created successfully. We can just verify it here. We can see this AP underscore single line employee JSON has been created successfully. So let's read this JSON document and see the data which is present in this document is the same data which is present in this data frame. So how we are going to read? We are going to read with the help of this code which we have written. Just change the name, spark.read JSON. Make it output, and here we have to just give the full path. Run it. Now whatever the data which is present in this JSON document, now it has been converted into this data frame, or we can see the data which is present in this JSON document. Those data is now present in this data frame. Let's display the content. See, 5 records are there. This data frame has the same 5 records. With the help of that data frame, we have written the data in this JSON document, and when we are going to read the data which is present in this newly created JSON document, same sets of data we are getting. Let's go to the PPT. In the previous exercise, what we have done, we have created a JSON document with the help of a data frame. Here we will see there are different modes. Whenever we are going to write a data frame into JSON, CSV or Parquet file, there are some saving modes which we can use. So what are the saving modes? One is override. This will overwrite the file with the new data. So whatever the data present in that particular JSON file, it will be replaced by new data. Append, this mode append the data in the existing file. So if the saving mode is append then what the Spark will going to do, it will append the data, newly data with old data. It will not going to replace it. Third is ignore. This model ignores the write of operation if the file exists. So if the save mode is ignored, and if Spark figure it out that the file which we are going to create, if it is already exist, then the write operation it will not going to execute. Error mode, it will give error if the file exists. So if the file exists and we are going to write the data frame on the same file name which is already exist and the save mode is error, it will going to give error stating that the file is already exists. So what I am going to do in this exercise, I am importing all the required variables, create the custom schema with the help of a struct type and the struct field, and here we are defining one part of a JSON document. Here we are reading the JSON with the help of a spark.read.json function and just providing the path of the JSON which we are going to read with the help of this custom schema. This is a custom schema which is we have defined. So we have defined 6 columns in this custom schema with the help of a struct type and a struct field. Once this data frame gets created, then what we are going to do, we are going to write the data frame in a JSON document with the help of write function by using different mode. One is append, second is override, third is ignore, and one is error if exists. So we are going to see each and every saving mode, how it will going to work in Databricks. But this till here, till reading a JSON document with the help of a custom schema and creation of a data frame, I have done in my previous video. So I am going to copy the code till here, and I will show you the write operation with different saving modes. So let's go to the Databricks and let's see how it works. So in this exercise, what I have done, I have imported all the required libraries, create the custom schema, and create a data frame. Now let's see how we are going to write this data frame in a JSON document with the help of a different saving modes. So how we are going to do it? So this is the data frame. On top of that, we are writing. We are just calling the write function, and in the write function, we are writing in JSON. Before JSON, we can also call the mode function. Write dot mode. What is the mode? The mode is save mode. First is override, and the JSON. And what is the path of the JSON? We have already defined the path. Okay, so this is the path. What I am going to do, I am just going to change the name of the CSV file. So it is AP. I am just adding one more text over right. So what it will going to do, this data frame with the help of this write.json function, it will going to be written in this JSON document with the help of this saving mode override. Means each and every time we are going to call this command, the old data will going to replaced with new data. So let's run it. So this JSON file has been created successfully. Then let's read it. Okay. So I have written the code for reading of a JSON file. I am just copying and pasting it. So ap read JSON, and I am just saying that override. I am just renaming the name of the data frame, and we have written the data in this JSON document. So let's go and read it. Let's run this code. This JSON document has been read successfully, and all the data is present in this data frame. Let's display the content of this data frame. See, it has a 5 records, and the data frame which we have used to create the JSON document, it also has 5 records. Now we have seen the override. So override, what is the function? What the override it will going to do? It will replace the new data with existing data is getting replaced with new data. So let's run this code block command cell one more time. So this the data which is present in this data frame, again it's written in this document, and the mode is override. So let's read the JSON document which we have created and see the content. It has only 5 records because all records are getting replaced by new records. Now let's create a new JSON document with append saving mode. So here is the override. Make it append and just rename the JSON document which we are going to create. Append. Let's run it. So all the data which is present in this data frame has been written successfully in this JSON document. Now let's read it. So how we are going to read it? We have written the code block to read the JSON file. Let's use it. Instead of override, let's make it append, and here this is the JSON document which we have created. So let's read this JSON document. Let's run it. So here this document, this JSON document has been read successfully and created this data frame. Let's display the content of this data frame. We can see it has a 5 records. Now, what is the functionality of append mode? If we'll run it again, so the data which is present in this data frame, it will going to append the data which is present in this data frame, this JSON document. The data will not going to replace, it will going to append the data, append with the existing data. So let's see, let's run it again. Now let's read the JSON which has been created, and now if we see the record would be 10. Record is 10. 5 records are present initially, and then once we write this data frame again in this JSON document, 5 more records gets appended. That's why the total records are 10. Let's write this write this data frame again in a JSON document in different saving mode. Now the saving mode is ignore, and let's rename this JSON document. Let's run it. See, it has been run successfully, and with the help of a ignore saving mode, this data frame is getting converted, or we can say this JSON file has been created with the same data, the data which is present in this data frame. Let's read the data. Instead of append, let's use ignore, and here this is the file which we have created. So let's replace it with this one and run it. Okay, this data frame has been created successfully. Let's use the display function to see the content of this data frame. So see, it has 5 records on it. The same records are there. So what is the functionality of this ignore? If we are going to write this data frame again in this JSON document, this write operation will not going to take place. So let's see practically. Let's copy it and then run it. See, no jobs are created. That means Spark is ignoring this write operation because this JSON document is already present. So how we have figured it out that the write operation is getting ignored? The first time, once we have created this CSV file, we can see here we can see Spark jobs gets created, but here the Spark jobs is not created. That means this write operation didn't took place. So let's see the next saving mode, that is the error saving mode. Let's rename this JSON document from ignore to error, and saving mode is error is exists. Let's run it. This JSON document has been created successfully. Let's read it. Just rename the variable. Instead of ignore, let it be error. And this is the JSON document which we have created. Now replace it here and for the reading purpose and run this command block. So this JSON document with the help of a spark.read job JSON function read successfully, and this data frame has been created. Let's display the content of this data frame. We can see it has a 5 records. Now what is the purpose of this say error if exists? So if you are going to write this data frame in the same JSON file, it will going to give error stating that the file is already exists. We can see, just run it. It's give error, right? See, stating that this JSON document already exists. So in this video we have seen how we can convert a data frame into JSON document, And we have also seen how we can implement the saving mode during the process of writing data frame into JSON document. Let's go to the PPT. Thank you. If you like content of my video, then please subscribe my channel, like it, comment on it, and press the bell icon to get notification whenever I add videos.